What's up guys, KSWTV here back again with a brand new video and game week 7 of the English Premier League predictions. Our weekly prediction series is keeping on going. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. But before we get into the predictions, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We've grown over 40 subscribers in the last 28 days, so thank you to all the new subscribers. More content coming out very soon, Man City related, football related, game week predictions and Pez Become a Legend. And also, if you could hit that like button, you're watching this for free. It only takes 2 seconds. It helps with the algorithm, I'm not going to lie. And most of you are Man City or football fans anyway, so help out a fellow football fan. Manchester United versus Everton now. Manchester United coming off a clutch win in the Champions League from Cristiano Ronaldo. Who else? Everton are having a pretty good start to the season, but they could be a little bit better considering the players that they've got in that team and the coach that they've got, a tactical mastermind in Rafa Benitez. I feel like Manchester United are going to get a win on this one. I think they're going to be too good for the boys, especially at home at the Theatre of Dreams. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win to Manchester United. Burnley versus Norwich. This could go either way. Burnley blowout or an absolute ball fest. I think that Norwich are going to struggle to pick up points this season. The team is like a yo-yo, goes up and down, up and down. Burnley are pretty solid. What a beautiful goal last week from Maxwell Cornet. What a beautiful finish. And you can see why they've brought him in, but it's really confusing to see someone of his quality playing in Burnley. But I feel like Burnley is going to get a result here. I think it's going to be a 1-0 win off a corner or a set piece from Tarkowski or one of the taller sort of players in the team. So yeah, 1-0 Burnley. Chelsea versus Southampton. One team that is going on in strides, coming off the back of a loss to Manchester City. What a great performance that was for City, by the way. They struggled to make chances as they did in the Juventus game, their most recent game in the Champions League. Southampton are looking for results. They're needing a result. You know, they need to pick up points quick. Otherwise, they're going to be in the bottom half of the table for the next couple of weeks, I think. But I think Chelsea, the quality of the team, the coach, the tactical mastermind of Tuchel, is going to be too good for them. Like Romelu Lukaku is going to have a field day with this team if he plays up front. I think it's going to be a 3-1 win to Chelsea. Leeds versus Watford, a game that I think is going to be very interesting. It could go either way depending on how each team plays. You've got an attacking team with another attacking team. Both defenses are they're not as solid as they should be for this competition. But I think Leeds are going to have too much quality. I think they're going to scrape it out. Bielsa is going to be able to adjust to what Watford is going to be bringing to the table. They're at home at Ellen Road, and I think Rafinha is going to pick up a nice goal, hopefully for my FPL. So I think it's going to be a 2-1 win to Leeds, but I think it's going to be very end-to-end and a very entertaining game. Brighton versus Arsenal, a top 6 team versus Arsenal. So Arsenal have come off the back of a couple good results. They got a 3-0 win at Tottenham. They look great. They look very good. All the youngsters really showed up on that game. Brighton, they're surprising me how well they're doing. Their position in the table, how the team is making and creating chances. Neil Maupay stole a goal at the end of last week. Brilliant little chip there. Really saved the loss of 2 points and really keeping them in the title race or the race for European football or a top half finish. But I think that Arsenal, their season really started from Norwich, didn't they? They had a really tough 3 games to the start of the season. Brentford at home is just a recipe for disaster. Then you got Manchester City next. And it's just, even though they did scrape the win against Norwich, they've looked even better since. So I think they're going to continue this run of form. I think it's going to be a 1-0 win to Arsenal. And I feel like Saka's going to get a goal for this one. Palace versus Leicester. Leicester very much underperforming this year. For the last 3 weeks, I've put bets on them to win. And every time I've needed one game to go, Leicester's lost and he's stuffed up my multi. So I'm not going to be putting money on Leicester. I think that Crystal Palace are going to nick a result here. Not a win, but a draw. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Penalty from Vardy. And I think it's going to be a goal from Edson Udward to get his 3rd goal in the Premier League. Spurs versus Villa. This could be a very, very good game too. Spurs are really underperforming now after those first 3 wins under Nuno. He got his manager of the month, and ever since then, they've gone down. So it's really hard to say they're going to get a result here, especially against an Aston Villa team who are relentless. They've come off a couple disappointing results, especially against Chelsea and Manchester United. They I couldn't believe they won that. But, I think that they're going to win again. And I think it's going to be another result for Villa against a top 6 recognised team, or top 6 popular team in the Premier League. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win, a goal to Ings and a goal to Buendia on this one, or Leon Bailey getting in on the score sheet as well. So 2-1 to Villa. West Ham versus Brentford. Now this is going to be a very tough, grueling match. It could only have maybe a goal in it or an opportunity in it. Mikel Antonio's just looking, he's looking so good. Brentford, Ivan Toney's also looking very good. Hold up play is very nice. His positional play is good. And he can set up players as well as score goals. He hasn't been scoring as much as he's been setting up, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Brentford are here to stay up, and Ivan Toney's definitely going to help them contribute to that. West Ham, I think, are going to have a really tough game on their hands against Brentford. Even though they're at home, it doesn't really matter when you're versus Brentford. They're kind of like Leeds last year. They're going to push you to the end of the 90 minutes, and they're going to leave you with as little opportunities as possibly they can. So I think that it's going to be a draw for this one. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw, a very entertaining, high-scoring draw, where I think two teams are going to be very happy they got 1 point out of this one. Now to the game of the week, Manchester City versus Liverpool. One team coming off a brilliant European result against Porto, and another one coming off a disappointing 2-0 loss to PSG. But when you're versing a team with Messi, Mbappe and Neymar up front, can you really be disappointed in losing? Maybe we could have got a goal in there, Bernardo Silva, and change that game around. But the week before that, brilliant performance against Chelsea, 1-0, really made them just not get any opportunities. Lukaku, no looks at goal, and we kept them to no shots on target at Stamford Bridge. Liverpool coming off they just look so good. There's no point talking about their results. They're just looking brilliant. They are in the title race for sure. It's between Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea, and I'm kind of writing off Manchester United for now until they string along a longevity of wins. But Liverpool are a team, as a Manchester City fan, that I hate versing. They push us to the brink. Mo Salah is the best player in the Premier League right now, in my opinion. And the front three, if they got rid of Firmino and put a really good striker up there that gets goals, not just sets up and holds up, they could just seriously dominate every team they play, even though they already do. But this one, my gut is saying a draw, but my bias is saying a 1-0 Man City win. I feel like we could do a performance like we did against Chelsea, really string out this game with possession, small passes, no risks involved, and maybe nick a goal off a corner, a set piece, or a poacher's goal from a Gabriel Jesus or maybe a Raheem Sterling, but probably not. I don't think he's going to be playing this game, but hopefully we can get this 1-0 win, and I pray that we get the 3 points so we can get back to where we belong on the top of the English Premier League ladder. That's going to do for the Game Week 7 predictions of the English Premier League. As I said in the start of the video, if you could please hit that like button, that really helps out with the algorithm, really shows me you're liking the content. And also hit that subscribe button with bell notifications on so you never miss any other video that I put out. Next video is going to be the PES Become a Legend series. I've put it off for a little while now, but I'm ready to go back on. I've got more time under my hands. So without further ado, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.